Hello everyone, welcome back to No Glitches Allowed 10. Thank you for sticking with us through that short break. I am being told that DreamTora is ready to roll around at the speed of sound in Sonic Colors. So I'm going to throw it over to her. Good luck, Tora.
Hello, everyone. I am DreamTora, and I am bringing you one of the best Sonic games, Sonic Colors. Now, you might be noticing this is more SD than you're probably familiar with. That's because I am playing the original Wii game. Just really personal preference at this point. Let me quickly explain the category I am going to be running tonight. I call it Nightlight Percent. Basically, it chooses specific areas of the game, which is Tropical Resort, Starlight Carnival, and Asteroid Coaster. And then I finish with the final boss, just to close things out. So, with that, I am going to get into the first area, which is Tropical Resort, and time will be starting as soon as I press A on the level select. So I will be beginning in 3, 2, 1, go. So, Sonic Colors controls are pretty straightforward. You go forward and you get these capsules with the wisp inside. There are different wisp abilities throughout the game, which, since I'm playing on a completed file, you will be seeing a lot of wisp power-ups this run. If you had started this game on a new game, the only power-ups that would be available to you in this stage in particular is the laser.
Oh, you know what? I think we forgot to introduce our good friend LordFluffy.
Oh, I'm sorry. An uncommentary with me is LordFluffy.
Hello. Don't worry about it. I'm like, it gets to me eventually. It's fine. Let's let them explain things.
No problem at all.
But yeah, like you saw, I grabbed the laser one back there. That is the one that you unlock in this stage in particular. The drill that I have right now, that is not available until Sweet Mountain, so you'll be seeing a lot of different wisp power-ups that I should technically not be having right now, but as I said earlier, that's just because of the new game. Or not new game, New Game Plus file.
Yeah, that's one of the things about Sonic Colors that I really enjoyed when I played it, was that replay value of, hey, these wisps, these new ones are in some of these older stages. Let's go try back to those older stages with those new wisps. And it's a really cool thing that Sonic Colors has for replay value.
Yeah, absolutely. And it makes for completing some of these levels much quicker than you usually would in a new game run. Which I did a new game run earlier this year on Lady Arcaders Attract mode, and it's like, going from this particular run to doing a new game was rough, because I was like, oh, okay, I don't have access to this particular power-up, so I can't use it here. So you see, I pick up the drill every so often, but I don't really use it. I find it that it's faster to just go through the level as normal without having to use the drill. Because there are shortcuts that you can take with the drill, but I haven't really messed around too much with trying to find them, since I don't run this category very often.
So for those who don't know, what does the drill power-up exactly do in Sonic Colors?
So the drill power-up lets you burrow underground. So you'll see in certain areas that, underneath Sonic, there is some soft ground, like dirt and whatnot. You can burrow in those, and it lets you, go to different areas and pick up different items that may be hidden within the ground. It's used quite a lot in Sweet Mountain, just because there are a lot of really good pathways you could take with the drill. It's also used later in Aquarium Park, but instead of underground, you use it in water, which makes you go really fast in water, which is nice. Also, you probably hear Eggman in the background. It's kind of unfortunate that I'm speeding through these levels really fast because some of his announcements are really, really funny to listen to.
I don't remember if it was. I think it was this one where Sonic yells the whole "No copyright law in the universe will stop me," right?
Yep, that is this game. That was probably like one of the. Yeah, that was a really funny part of this game, was that particular line. Yeah, this game was the first game that Roger Craig Smith started voicing Sonic, and he did an absolute good job.
I was about to say, Roger Craig Smith absolutely nailed it as Sonic in this game, and that line is burned into my brain. It's so good.
Yeah, other than Baldy McNosehair. Yeah, Roger Craig Smith, I feel like he really captures like Sonic's cockiness, to where like he's like, that's definitely what Sonic was meant to be, and Roger just absolutely nails that his personality.
Yeah, and I really one of the constants about Sonic games that is always a good thing is that cockiness in the cutscenes that we don't get to unfortunately see during speedruns, of Sonic and the banter between, him and Eggman. And unfortunately, that's just how it goes with speedruns. Very often these cutscenes with that good exposition just get skipped.
So yeah,
That's
you'll
one
notice
reason why I
that
love...
some of these cutscenes, or not cutscenes, some of these levels will go by really fast. I'm sorry, what were you gonna say, Indy?
That banter between Sonic and Robotnik is one reason I love Sonic Boom so much. They did a really good job with that in there.
Did I just go into Act 5 and skip Act 4? I can't remember.
I believe... Yeah, you did.
Okay. That was my bad. Some of these, like, layouts of these levels is a little weird, so, like, sometimes I'll, like, accidentally skip an act when I don't mean to. Yeah, this level is kind of a pain, because you kind of have to get through this area with this, like, weird robot that likes to drop spike balls at you. But it's pretty, simple to get past him. It's this particular rail that you kind of have to jump over. Like, this rail wants to send you backwards, but what I try to do is skip... Well, come on. There we go. Sometimes it wants to cooperate, sometimes it doesn't want to. It's like, nah, you're gonna go backwards. So yeah, that was the act that I was supposed to do. Now the next act is what I like to call the laser act. Because this entire act, you use the laser to get through. Because laser gives you these nice little shortcuts. And I was practicing this earlier, and I've managed to get all the, well, not like that. Managed to get all these shortcuts pretty well, so let's see if I do it in this run. So yeah, with the laser, basically, once you press the Z button, which is what you use for most Wiz power-ups, you just kind of use the analog stick to kind of aim, and it kind of aims in like a sideways V. So you kind of have to like try and figure out how to aim it. This one was like the hardest for me to figure out for some reason, but like I've managed to figure it out. Right, I don't go down there.
Yeah, and of course, because it goes in that weird angle as well. Very nicely done there. Because it goes at that weird angle as well. You have a lot of time in a normal playthrough to like just get it lined up perfectly fine. But in a speedrun, you want to go as fast as possible. So getting those lineups super quickly to get those shortcuts going as fast as possible. It's a very hard skill to learn for the speedrun.
It is, yeah.
It's very impressive the way that you can pull it off so fast.
Now, this is the level I like to call Who Put Platforming in My Sonic Game? Because there are a lot of platforming sections in this level. Whoop, that was my bad. Overshot that. That's not a big deal though. I could just make my way back over there. Just take this slow. Pick up the spike here, which is another ability that you aren't supposed to access this early in the new game, but it's really useful for getting through the rest of this act really quickly. And with that, we are done with Tropical Resort. We just need to defeat the boss. And this boss is basically you get on these platforms and you pick up different power-ups to like do damage to them. This boss and another boss that I'll be fighting later on are particularly weak to the laser power-up. So like you could do a ton of damage just using the laser wisp. Now, there. Now I get to just finish him off with the homing attack because he's already low in health. Now, best case scenario for that boss, you can get the boost and just boost into him, and then use the laser power up right after. So that's Tropical Resort done. Next area we're going to is Starlight Carnival, which has the best music and probably is my favorite area in all of this game. And a bit of a motion sickness warning. There is going to be a lot of like turning, spinning camera angles in this particular level, but it's really pretty to look at.
Yeah, as someone who can get motion sick from video games, this one definitely got to me back on the Wii all those years ago. It's a really like cool level with the way the camera works and everything, but it does legitimately get to you if you're prone to that.
Yeah. So you probably remember these guys from Sonic Unleashed, and they come back, and they're gone. So yeah, you basically just avoid their lasers, and they'll eventually, like, go up and something will destroy them, so... Yeah, you basically just boost your way on these ribbons until you make it to, like, these different areas inside the battleships. And this is Cube, which I believe Cube is introduced in this area initially. And Cube is very useful for some sections later on. So I skipped having to take that platform there, which is kind of slow. But that switch.
I do always think
skydive.
I do always think the cube power up is very funny. That you have laser, you have drill, you know, like cool power ups to make you do things. Cube is just you become cube and you can crush things. It's so silly, but like so Sonic at the same time, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Also, pay close attention to the right side of the screen. I can English. You'll see a bunch of quick step bonuses because you can get quick step bonuses for quick stepping. And I like to do a bunch of quick steps to take care of these motobugs for points. Why? No particular reason other than it's fun. And it passes the time.
Yeah, sometimes if you're in those long sections, all you're doing is just sort of holding the boost button. You gotta do something.
Yep. And there is a particular level in Asteroid Coaster that's pretty much you just gotta pass the time by taking care of the motobugs. So this section with the, I think this is the section with the hydraulics, there is a nice little skip that you can do with the cube. Sonic, there we go. So Sonic in this game could do what I like to call a double jump, and basically you could jump and then kind of do a little quick hop, which was nice. Which was a really nice feature to have in this game, because it let you like get up to ledges that you wouldn't normally be able to with the regular jump. So grab this cube. Gotta wait here for this hydraulic cycle. And so normally you would have to boost under these and hope you don't get crushed, but there are these little built-in shortcuts for the cube power-up, where you can just skip the last two.
Ooh.
And now you're past that section, which that section used to get me a lot casually, like just trying to boost out of there without getting crushed, and then just getting crushed anyway, because this game is like, frick you.
Yeah, I have no patience, so that section absolutely destroyed me for the longest time until I realized, oh wait, you don't have to always go fast in the Sonic game. You can just play it safe and cautious.
Yeah, I feel like there are certain Sonic games, like this one in particular, definitely teaches you that, like, while you're trying to go fast, there are times where you're gonna have to wait, as hard as that is.
Yeah, especially considering how good it feels to go fast in games like Sonic Colors, with the boost gauge and everything. Sometimes you just gotta play a little bit patient, just a little bit.
Sonic, where are you going, buddy?
A bit of a loop-de-loop, don't worry about it.
Just going in a circle, don't mind me. Probably, yeah. I always forget that this isn't anything particular. They just kind of go into a loop until... Oh, there we go.
Yeah, the spike power-up there, as you're seeing, allows you to like cling to walls as you're doing spin dashes, and sometimes, as you can see, it turns out you cling to the wrong part of the wall, and then instead of going, you know, down, you go up because the walls separate and you're on the top side of the wall, and it's not fun. It's never fun.
So this part is kind of a pain because wall jumping can be a little weird. And that Sonic sometimes doesn't want to stick to the wall. But I feel like if you hold left there, it seems like he sticks to the wall better. Oh, there, stay away from that. So those X boxes, not to be confused with the console, they work kind of like the TNTs in Crash Bandicoot, in that if there are any like ones... Oh, wait a minute, I have to cube. What am I doing?
Cube.
Cube! Donk. So yeah, if they're all of them in a row, they'll just all explode together, which is nice if you're trying to like get them out of the way.
Yeah, clearing a path. Unfortunately, in that previous section, there was only one in each area. You had to just either wait or queue.
Yep.
Nice. There we go.
Yeah, so to note in those, what's kind of fun about this game is in the results screen you can actually move around and kind of, you know, dash through the numbers and the ranking, or just the numbers. And, you can, like, get extra lives doing that if you wanted to. So if you wanted to farm a bunch of lives, that'd be a good way to do it. So this is the first like auto-scroller in a sense, where you're bouncing on this spring pad. So you get used to seeing a lot of this, like in the, at least, I think there's this level and there's another level where you have to do the bouncies. Well, not if I, like, skip over that completely.
Thankfully, there's a checkpoint right there.
Yep. And then yeah, that'll happen sometimes because I'll, like, look away and not be seeing, like, where Sonic is. You kind of have to be careful with these, because sometimes you can get way off track. And
Sonic
that's
is
no good.
Sonic is too fast for his own good sometimes.
Yep. So yeah, there's just gonna be this for a while, so this will probably be a good be a good time for donations.
Absolutely. This run is absolutely incredible. But just a reminder for everyone, we are raising funds for Go Rescue. The Go Rescue website has its own section for adoption success stories. Please go check out gorescuedogs.com/success stories for some adorable pictures and heartwarming tales of their successful homings of dogs. If you're watching this event and want to get involved with the next one, be on the lookout for news about No Holidays Allowed. This event is open to all kinds of speedruns and showcases that runners have to offer, not just glitchless runs. We're looking forward to showing off some amazing speedruns to watch as you bundle up by the campfire this winter. Follow No Glitches Allowed on Twitter @NoGlitches. And make sure to use !donate in chat to get our link to our Tiltify page if you want to donate to help out the dogs.
Yes, help out those doggos. And so we got these interesting laser ball things that you kind of have to be careful of, because they shoot little lasers, and you don't want to be hit by those.
Generally in video games, lasers equals bad. Avoid.
Yeah, except if you're using the laser wisp ability, then laser's good. Ah!
Well, that one's mean. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I forget that you kind of have to wait for that one, because otherwise if you try and go up too quickly. Also, it's time for one of the best Wisp power-ups, and that is the Frenzy. This guy, he just, basically, you just nom your way through all the blocks.
Frenzy really likes to be like, hey, there's blocks in my way. Actually, no, there isn't. Oh, nom, nom, nom.
Yep.
And then your problem is solved. Platforming? What's that? I will just bite my way through.
Yeah, it also destroys enemies too, which is great. So it's like you basically go through all the blocks and enemies like it's nothing. And there's these two again.
Back. Look at them go. They're just doing their best.
Yeah, I just need to make sure I avoid them. If they double up like that, you could just stand in the middle and they won't hit you.
So just because I'm curious and I haven't played the more modern ports of Sonic Colors, is there any, like, major differences between the Wii version and the more modern ports that's notable for speedrunning at all?
I'm not too familiar with Sonic Colors Ultimate in terms of speedrunning. I just know that, like, the only real differences I noticed when playing is, like, cosmetic. Some of the gameplay feels a bit different, but it's been quite a while since I played Sonic Colors Ultimate.
Gotcha.
I played it on Switch, which the Switch version has the misfortune of having the slowest load time, so I was like, as soon as I played it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stick with running the Wii version for now. It did come out on Steam recently, though, so I will be probably picking up the Steam version and learning the speedrun for that.
Yeah, and obviously having a good old PC with fast load times, and then of course if somebody out there knows how to program the load removers,
Yep.
will always be good.
Yep. Plus there's the whole modding scene, which mods could also help with that sort of thing.
Yes, my favorite thing, Sonic mods, where I get to put Eggman's model on Sonic and watch him flail through the stages in the weirdest way possible.
Yep. Yeah, there are some really cool Sonic mods out there for all kinds of newer Sonic games. Oops. And so, I just love the hover, that it has such, like, calming music, and then you just go right back into the Starlight Carnival music. Like, and now for a moment of zen. Ah, okay, back to rockin' music.
Those notes repeating over and over. I really, really enjoy that part of it.
Yeah.
It's just so tranquil. Like you're in this blazing fast blue hedgehog, and then this little wisp comes in and is just like, nope, you're now in a tranquil, amazing video game that you just like can relax on. Slow down, take a breath. You can handle it. Trust me.
Yeah, it's a very encouraging wisp. It's like, I know you're going fast, but slow down every once in a while. Take it all in.
You can, in fact, take 5 minutes to enjoy the scenery for a second. It's fine. It's okay.
Everything is okay. Or as Tails says in Sonic Adventure 2, everything's gonna be okay.
Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 are very funny.
They are definitely what do you call it? They're definitely games of their time.
I'll make you eat those words!
Yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 is just infamous for that particular part of the dialogue.
Yeah. The dialogue constantly interrupting each other because of the way the dub ended up working out.
Yeah. Yeah, Sonic
Thankfully.
Adventure 2 is like one of those low-budget games, so it's like, I'm not surprised something like that would happen.
Thankfully, though, more modern Sonic games have had a much better time in the localization department when it comes to both dialogue and properly lip-syncing the dialogue in question.
Yep.
Still can't get over Sonic Adventure 1 Sonic and the widest mouth I have ever seen in my life. It's been 20 years. I'm still laughing.
Alright, so now we're on to the boss for Starlight Carnival. And basically, you just kind of homing attack this boss. You could homing attack any spot you want, but I think like destroying certain parts affects like what attacks you can do. But my main focus here is that I am hoping to get a laser power up to use on him, because this boss, like the one in Tropical Resort, is weak to laser. And you can kill them pretty quickly just using the laser power-up.
So it's potentially RNG, which power-ups you can get along the route here? Or along the run here, rather?
Yeah, it kinda is, because sometimes he likes to just drop rings. Sometimes he likes to drop rings and the boost power-up. So it's like kinda, you have to just hope that he drops the laser wisp, like there. That was really good. I kind of wish he would have dropped one earlier, but that's fine as long as I can get the next one pretty quickly. Oh, that was not the Laser Wisp, that was the Boost Wisp. He will probably drop one here, though. Nope. He just decided he wanted to drop Spike Balls instead. Well, he was dead anyway, so it doesn't matter. And yes, the bosses, when you defeat them, they just drop a bunch of rings. It's great.
I'm not gonna lie, the way it fell off the screen there and then exploded sort of reminded me of the aircraft carrier from Star Fox 64.
Yeah.
In my head, I just said, "You'll never defeat Andross!"
Andross! With that, we're on to our final area, and that is Asteroid Coaster. Arguably the other best area, just because of this music.
Some sour please in chat. Can we get some jam emotes? Sonic music. Almost never fails.
Really does. Yeah, it's like, no matter what quality Sonic game, they all have really good music.
Nah, even some of the worst Sonic games out there can still have just soundtracks that'll just blow your minds away. Unironically, the Shadow the Hedgehog soundtrack has so many songs that I still listen to this day. And that game,
yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog has some really good bops.
That game, as much as I love it, it is a dumpster fire. But it is my favorite dumpster fire.
It is a dumpster fire, but in the best way possible. Just like, that's kind of how I feel about Sonic 06, is that is a dumpster fire, but it's the best kind of dumpster fire.
Yeah, it's a genuinely enjoyable dumpster fire, which is, you know, more than I can say. Well, maybe not. Maybe let's not have the hot takes on Sonic games here. Anyway, Sonic Colors is a
trust
good
me,
game,
I have my own hot takes with Sonic games.
Yeah, I'm sure we all have them for sure.
Everyone has their own opinions of Sonic games.
This is for sure and certain a very divisive franchise. Somebody's trash is another man's treasure in this franchise, and that is part of its charm, admittedly.
Yep, that is very true. Time for more frenzy.
Nom 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 nom.
Nom 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 nom.
This zone was so cool to go through. Like, homing dashing through all of these asteroid rings. Just thematically one of the best levels they've ever done. Like, a theme of levels that they've done in a Sonic game for real.
Oh boy, the Black Hole Parade's about to start.
Black hole? That doesn't sound fun. What's up with that?
I think my favorite one, I think it's in Starlight Carnival on this level. He goes, "The Lightspeed Parade is about to start." Oh, it already ended.
That's a funny joke.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no. So sometimes you could just slip off of one of those platforms. Just kind of the fun part about trying to platform in this game. Almost slipped off of that. That would have been good.
Good recovery though. Very good.
Yep. So yeah, once again, who put platforming in my Sonic game?
Why must I wait here? I only know speed. Why must I wait for these blocks? How I imagine Sonic is internally at that point.
I'm waiting.
Just Just the idle animation of looking at the camera, tapping with one foot. That's all I'm imagining there.
That's like my favorite idle animation in the classic Sonic games. What's great too is in I believe it's Sonic CD, if you wait too long, he just goes, "I'm out of here," and jumps off.
In which game, sorry?
And Sonic CD.
Oh, I have to look this up later. That sounds fun.
Yeah, because that's like the first time like that waiting too long actually had a consequence, which I feel that's absolutely brilliant that they did that.
Yeah, which results in a game over? Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's just an instant game over if that happens.
I do like it when games make characters do funny things if you're idle for too long.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can do like Mario sleeping in Mario 64. You've got, you know, the funny animations in Banjo-Kazooie like pecking Banjo's head.
Yep.
And then the second time around, Banjo grabs and yanks on Kazooie. It's very good when games do that, and I'm glad to hear that Sonic is not immune to funny things like that.
Yeah, I know in Sonic Adventure, like, the characters have different taunts, and Sonic is like, hey, there's no time to rest.
Yeah, that's an appropriate line for Sonic for sure.
Yep. Also, that section I just died on is kind of an unfortunate section because you have to kind of platform your way while upside down, which is a little bit tricky. And gravity changes a lot in this particular level. Which, if you're not aware of it, it can actually be quite disorienting if you're like just walking along and all of a sudden, oh wait, why am I upside down?
Sort of similar to a Mario Galaxy feel when that happens sometimes.
Oh, not yet.
Do you have a moment for me to jump in with a message real quick?
Sure.
Okay, great. Right now we have multiple incentives you can donate towards. One will force our Mirror's Edge runner tomorrow to play on hard difficulty, and another will cause our Anno Mutationum run to meet St. Nicholas. Use !donate in chat to get the link to our Tiltify page. Currently our Mirror's Edge hard mode incentive is only $52 away, and our Anno Mutationum meet St. Nicholas incentive is $75 away. So make sure when you donate you put it towards one of those incentives. All funds raised will be going to Go Rescue, a no-kill adoption center in Virginia that provides the care dogs need to find loving homes.
Yes. Save the doggos.
Every dog deserves a good home. Get your donations in, everybody. We appreciate it. That
nice death, me.
That was a silly one. I'm gonna give that one a chuckle out of 10.
That is the best rating. Chuckle out of. Dang it!
That. Okay. I'm gonna be quiet. Now it's just. I'm cursing it. Ain't no need for that.
Good old Chuckles the Echidna.
I'm okay. I see we're back to the bouncy pad.
Yep.
Oh boy.
This time we gotta try and avoid getting hit by these platforms, but I kinda have a timing for when I have to bounce up on the platform.
Now you have Cube. Defender of the
power.
Polyverse. I'm just thinking how silly it is for a power up like that to exist, but how I've already mentioned this. It's so fitting for Sonic, but
it's probably one of the best power ups just because of how like random it is. And I feel like the best part of this game, too, is that there's an announcer that announces each of the power-ups as you do them.
Yeah. I wonder if somebody has a mod that changes that voice line to the like shitpost video, Cube, Defender of the Polyverse. Just the guy in there going, Cube! I have to look this up right now. That'd be too funny.
I'm sure there's a way to moderate the voice lines in this game, because I know that's a thing with other PC Sonic games.
There is.
So to quickly note here, you'll notice that not only are there motobugs, but there's like the big motobug that's in inverted colors. If you hit the motobug, it automatically takes out all the smaller motobugs around it, so... I kinda just, like... Wait. Come on. Come here. There we go.
He's being a bit of a rude lad, that one.
Yeah, he was teasing me there.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna get got. No, I'm not. I'm gonna get no. Okay, here you go. No. What he was doing.
He's like that driver when you're on the road where you're like, you want to go past them, but they're like, I'm speeding up. Nope, I'm slowing down. Nope, I'm speeding up. So yeah, basically that whole act was like, have to take out all the motobugs and kind of like mess around a bit before like it finally gives you the goal ring, which is kind of silly, but at the same time it's kind of a fun one just because you can see like how many motobugs you can flip over.
Fun little mini game if you're feeling up for it for sure.
Oh yeah, these fire bar things, they first appear in Sweet Mountain. And basically, you just kind of press switches to, like, flip them so that you can get past them without getting damaged, because... I'm assuming okay, yeah.
Nice. Laser going fast is so fun to look at.
Yeah, it really is a fun power-up to use to go fast. Sonic, turn around. Sonic got very confused there for a moment. So this is kind of a weird trigger for this goal ring at the end. I unfortunately couldn't get it because I couldn't get all those enemies. So I kind of have to... There we go. So yeah, the goal ring will only appear if I defeat all the enemies in that area. Which I did not know that for a long time until, like, I managed to get all the enemies. Except for one, and then, like, the goal ring wouldn't spawn, so...
Yeah, considering that most Sonic games, generally the goal rings is not an objective-based thing, it's a get to the end of the level. The fact that you can get to a dead end and there's no goal ring can be very confusing at first, for sure.
Yeah. I imagine, like, if you're a first-time player, you're like, okay, I'm at the end, I can't really progress here. What is the issue?
I definitely
Sorry
know
for riding a bunch of roller coasters here.
Yeah, I definitely know a few people who reset level on that stage, their first playthrough of Sonic Colors, because they were very confused. They thought they missed something or something like that. You did, it's just... right at the end of the level, it's not what you think.
Yeah. You just kind of have to, like, mess around with that level and figure out, like, what the trigger is. Oh boy, this is the section I'm looking forward to. It's, Frenzy Water, Frenzy Water, Frenzy Water.
Oh no.
And basically, you just have these random blocks of water everywhere. Also say hi to the caterpillars.
Hi, caterpillars. Don't kill me, please. Just be catter.
Yeah. Just be catters. So, fun thing to note is Frenzy will work in the water, but you have to be in the water and activate it. You can't just activate it down here and go into the water, because going into the water when you have it activated will cancel it. And same thing when you go from water to dry land.
That is interesting. Weird restriction to come with that.
Interestingly, same thing will happen if you're in Frenzy and you hit a spring like that. It'll just automatically cancel the power-up.
Interesting to have those cases where, you know, you'd think you'd be able to like hit a spring and that'd be fine, but I guess not. Interesting. Are there any other cases like that, like Cube going into a spring would cancel it or something?
I'm not entirely sure, because I've never really tested any other power-ups, but with using the springs, or with transitioning from water to... Actually, I think if you do the drill... Oops, did that a little too early. If you do the drill in the water, then surface, it'll cancel it. So this boss is kind of strange in that, like, it has this like vortex around it that you kind of circle, and it also has the protective fire shield, and you kind of have to time your hits. Like, this is really fast, so you kind of have to, and that was a perfect cycle. Wow,
nice, very good.
Yeah, that little mini boss could be a little tricky, because like the faster it goes, the trickier it is to kind of get past the protective shields on it. And now we're going
Hey, Tora,
to...
do you mind if I jump in real fast?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Well, it seems we're having just a slight bit of technical difficulties with Discord at the moment, but hopefully that'll resolve itself in just a moment. But in the meantime, just a quick reminder, you're watching No Glitches Allowed 10. We're raising funds for Go Rescue, a no-kill pet adoption center in Virginia. Go Rescue provides a haven for homeless dogs, giving them the time, care, and love they need to find the right home. Thank you for watching, sharing, and donating. It means the world to us and those good dogs. If you're interested in seeing the impact that your donations can have, please check out Go Rescue Success Stories on gorescuedogs.com/success stories for some adorable pictures and heartwarming tales. And please stay tuned for more of DreamTora's wonderful Sonic covers run.
Yeah. Repetitive homing attacks on targets, unironically, is something in Sonic games that I've always enjoyed. Because especially when there's like, it's not something that you can spam, and there's like a rhythm to it, where like if you hit the rhythm right, you can just keep doing it over and over and over.
Yeah.
It's I very much enjoy that. Like the egg slot machine boss from Shadow the Hedgehog. That has like this really weird timing to it when it's moving, that sometimes you can get a hit on one of the slot buttons, and then you can time it right, and you can get a second hit, and you just follow the homing attack for a long time. And then you can do the same for the third button, and that's like, I really love when Sonic nails the homing attack stuff on bosses like that. It's a very enjoyable thing for what is otherwise a relatively straightforward and simple mechanic in the homing attack. Yeah, just right there, just banging off the wall, off the ship a few times with the same rhythmic pressing. I love to see it every time.
It's like I missed the rocket one time, and of course, oh, there it is. So I definitely need the rocket for this boss. should be close to dead, too.
He was listening. He's certainly close.
Yep. You have to be careful of those asteroids there. Yep. I believe he's dead after this.
Ah, boom.
Yep. So yeah, much like the previous boss in Starlight Carnival, this one has a weakness, only it's rocket instead of laser.
And the rocket power-up is, it's fairly straightforward. When you activate it, it boosts you upward, like directly upward from where you're standing. So, not at all a hard to figure out one. The main thing with the rocket is using it in the right spot. As using it in the right spot can be the difference between bonking into a wall and having to try again and making it up way further than you were intended to.
Now we are on the final boss, Nega-Wisp. And basically, Nega-Wisp will be using different attacks based on different power-ups. Like, whenever he says cube and frenzy, that means you just need to avoid the cubes, and he'll automatically lunge forward for you to attack. And this boss has the best music in the entire game for both the first phase and the second phase. Hopefully he'll give me some really good patterns and not give me... Oh, that is not what I wanted to see. The cube spike phase is probably my least favorite just because it's so rough to avoid those spikes. Yeah, that's more like it.
Yeah, simply avoiding the cubes without the rolling spikes in between, a lot easier to deal with.
And the laser here, you'd kind of just have to play jump rope with. Interestingly, the only power-up I believe you don't really see him use is rocket. Like, there's really no good use for the rocket in this final boss. Like, you only ever see cube, spike, now that I think about it, he doesn't really use drill either.
No.
Like, he uses only, like, maybe 3 of the Wisp power-ups for his attacks.
It is... Like, the ones that he does use are definitely, like, they're appropriate. They're, like, thematically working for this case of the boss fight, but yeah, the fact that there's no drill and rocket, I mean, like, I'm sure that they could have done something, but maybe in the case of trying to make one that thematically works wasn't quite there.
So time will be coming up shortly. It's not after the final hit, but it's going to be the fade out after the Eggman firework goes off. So I'll be calling out in a bit here, and just wait a bit. Time.
Alrighty. Very
And
good
that
job.
and thank you. That is Sonic Colors Nightlight %. It's a really fun category and a really simple one for like those who want to, learn Sonic Colors as a speedrun, because there's only a few areas. And if you're feeling like doing an extra challenge, you could also do Aquarium Park, which I had originally put in as a donation incentive, but it unfortunately didn't make it into the marathon. But yeah, that is it for me.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that run. That was incredible. Where can we find you, Tora?
You could find me at twitch.tv/DreamTora. I am also on most social platforms with that same name, like Twitter, co-host, and such.
Excellent. Thank you so much. How about you, Lord Fluffy?
You can find me at twitch.tv/LordFluffy, on Twitter at LordFluffyX, and I kind of need to go, actually, because I have something to do. But great run, Tora. This was fun to watch and fun to commentate with you. Very much for show.
Great. Thank you both so much. That was absolutely fantastic. And everyone, just sit tight for just a moment. After a short break, Nimputs will be showing off Sonic Triple Trouble, and I hope you're ready for some good Game Gear action. As a reminder, we're raising funds for Go Rescue, a pet adoption center in Virginia that focuses on finding permanent homes for dogs. And thank you so much for everyone who has donated so far and has watched with us along the way. Please hang with us through this short break, and we'll be right back.